if you watch the news, you've probably noticed that the climate of our country feels more divisive than ever. In fact, according to Jonathan Greenblatt of the Anti-Defamation League, there was a 57% increase in anti-Semitic incidents nationwide last year. And the Washington Post reported an overall increase of hate crime incidents by 12%. But despite that, it's important to look for the people still doing good in this world.
That's right.
Yes. A photo captured by Natasha Wilson went viral this week of a man named Joe Hale holding a woman's sleeping child at a doctor's office so that she could fill out paperwork. Wilson said the man hummed and rocked the baby peacefully until he was called back to his room. Wilson said, quote, "My heart melted. Racism is still very real in our society today, but this man gave me hope."
Yeah.
Yes.
So ladies, how do you think people in our country can follow this man's example and lead more with love than with hate nowadays?
Wow. It's really crazy to even have to think about answering that question.
Right.
Because I think that you should just treat others with the same kindness and respect that you would want in return,
Yeah,
and that should
exactly.
be the obvious answer. However, I realized that I was very, very blessed to grow up in such a multicultural city. San Jose, I was surrounded by Hispanics and Blacks. I had an Asian family. Moving to LA, California is very diverse. There's many parts of the world where there are no Asians, there are no Blacks, there are no, it's not as diverse. And I realized that I think the one thing that can actually, where racism cannot survive, is in relationships. Yes. I believe racism cannot survive in relationships. And I'm not saying you gotta be friends with everybody. I'm just saying the word relate is the root word to relationships. If you can relate to another person, especially if they oppose you, especially if they don't know you. I've definitely been called some names where I'm like, why do you feel that way towards my people? What is it that you don't know about us? What do you want to learn more? What do you not understand? Or what are the stigmas that you have about us? If I can just chill myself out and listen, somewhere in that you can relate, and that is the key that turns the racism and makes people actually connect and realize we're all the same. We're loved.
Yeah.
That's right.
We really are.
That's right.
We all bleed the same blood.
One of the reasons why I wanted to do this show was because it was for people of color, and it showcased people of color. And every day, I think on the show, as each season goes on, we get better and better with showing love more than hate. And actually, the other day, I think it was Monday, we helped a woman out by giving her $1,000, and I got a tweet, you guys got it too, from a film director. His name was Alfredo Flores, and his tweet was so sweet. He said, what y'all did for that mother and her son to go to Disneyland, bravo. That's the news I needed to see today. Hashtag spread love.
I love Alfredo. Alfredo's awesome. He actually does incredible stuff with Ariana Grande, Justin Bieber. He's incredible.
That's awesome.
And that's what it's about. It's about spreading the love. And I think, just like Jeannie said, sometimes one of the things that can stop us from spreading the love is not being open-minded.
Yes.
Right? You look at that situation, and a lot of the times, right now, we're kind of all going off of fear-based situations. And there's a lot of fear that's being put on us about other people that maybe don't look like you, act like you, sound like you, talk like you. And that's the issue. I think we have to stay open-minded. And I think even in this situation, maybe, as a mom, you could be holding your baby and somebody of another race comes up to you and says, hey, let me help you. And instead you could have been, that woman could have been offended, could have been defensive, and instead been like, don't touch my baby, I don't know you. Right? Instead, she said, thank you. Here's my baby. Had it been maybe an opposite race, maybe it was a black man who wanted to help out a white woman, instead of being like, you're gonna leave with my baby, you're trying to kidnap it. Be open-minded. There are still people out there who have hearts filled with love and genuinely want to be kind.
To
you have to have an open mind.
And to piggyback off what you just said, I think to spread love, you have to start within yourself. If you love yourself, it's going to be hard to reciprocate that. Nowadays, I feel like we live with a lot of judgment. And like you said, Adrienne, a lot of fear. If we try to replace the judgment and the fear with love and hope, we're going to see people and we're going to see the world with a different perspective.
Yeah, sure. Absolutely.